Let's get into it. First UFC of the year. The Parlay Pals are back. The 3-pack known as the Parlay Pals. Different kind of 3-pack. All right.
Three Musketeers.
Yeah, what do we got? Now, by the way, still never even addressed because it happened right after we said goodbye on Monday. Kelvin Gastelum's off fighting this weekend.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Sean Strickland now steps in. We didn't address that.
It literally happened like 10 minutes after we said goodbye on Monday.
The light heavyweight debut for one Sean Strickland. Back-to-back. We end the year with a UFC Apex Sean Strickland main event. Start the year with one as well. Does it get any better?
Yeah. Who said 2023 is a bummer, right?
Best.
Yes. Who's had 2023 is a bummer?
UFC 50 and I think 51, Tito Ortiz going back-to-back. There were no fight nights in between. I know Figueiredo headline, but there was a fight night or two in between. So it's quite the feat, although there's multiple weeks in between here, just as there was back in the day with Tito Ortiz. Still notable, Strickland minus 110, Nasruddin Imavov. So you guys know the drill, right? We do the draft thingy, the little lottery. Frank's still on the sidelines, but we've welcomed participation if you'd like to, jump on the winning train that is the Parlay Pals, and we'll see how this goes.
Let's do it. Let's randomize the order. First one of the year. Who goes first? Rick takes the honors. The very first Parlay Pals pick of 2023. Rick, I will come in second. Connor, Ariel bringing up the caboose there. UFC Apex 67.
Oh, yes. I missed this music.
Save the music. This one's going to be quick.
Oh.
Okay.
Umar Nurmagomedov. We're done. Move on.
All right.
By the way, what was the cap? Minus 1,000 or minus?
Yeah, minus 1,000. So KSI's off the
I
table.
mean, it's a great one. Yeah, what is KSI?
Wow. Umar, minus 950 now.
I know.
Right under the gun.
I cannot believe how much this line has moved. This is absolute insane.
What was it? What was it before?
I mean, he opened at one book at minus 200 and has just been dropping steadily ever since. That Nurmagomedov name value is heavy. Henry Barcelos, tough opponent.
Minus 950. All right. Just straight money line?
Truth. Money line.
Just straight money line. All right, I will head over to, you know what? I'm going to keep this low since we already got a minus 950 on our hands. I will take Claudio Ribeiro, Abdul Razak Al-Hassan, under 1.5, minus 215.
Oh, man, we're going with the 1.5s and all that?
I mean, it makes me nervous. Depending on what you're going to pick. I mean, we got to get these odds down a touch.
All we need to win. All we need to do is win.
I know, but winning like a minus 190 isn't as cool.
Is it? No one remembers.
What are you going to go with?
I think we know the answer to that.
What is it? What is the
what do you think
answer?
he's going with?
Yeah, what do
I don't know.
Oh.
I thought we knew what we were.
Yeah, I thought you knew what you were going to do there.
I have no idea why I said that.
I'm gonna go with. I think I'm gonna go with one that you're gonna be surprised by.
Hit me.
I'm going to go with the pride of Poland, Mateusz Rebecki. Why? Why are you shocked?
Minus 740.
I mean, I think that's a great player.
I'm glad.
GC, where are we at with this parlay? Tell me.
Well, because I took the under 1.5 on the Abdul Razak Al Hassan at minus 215, the parlay gets the minus 120.
Oh, okay, we're fine then. We'll take that.
Minus 120 is still like. I mean, I feel like that's still respectable.
It's still respectable, but I mean, I was strongly considering a fight doesn't go to a decision on Ribeiro Razak Al Hassan. That would have gotten us to minus 233. I'm going to take the bullet here. I'm going to stick with the under 1.5.
Listen, I don't think you should be a hero. Take the easy pick.
I cannot do a minus 233 on a 3-leg parlay.
Why?
I appreciate you doing
ridiculous.
that. I got to admit, this is the first time I was tempted to put some coin flips in there. Like I was like, there's some that I have a
this card is like weird. There's a ton of coin flips, and then there's like the minus 740s, the minus 950s, the minus 330s.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. I feel good with mine. I don't know about you guys. I'm just trying to win here. What are we at? 4 in a row?
4 in a row.
Let's try to get. What was our record? 7?
Yeah, I think it was 6 in a row we hit in the early.
Yeah. Came out
Well, I
the
mean,
gates.
losing we had 9. We avoided that
Right,
double
yep.
digits. Listen, I'm a hero either way. I either win and I saved the odds, or I lose and I bring Frank back for the Brazilian pay-per-view. And
That's a great way of looking
he's
at
super
it.
excited. Yeah,
I like
it's all
that.
about
I like the way
positivity
you
in
look at that.
2023. Happy New Year's. I'm turning a new leaf.
I think I do have a New Year's resolution.
Get back in the Parlay Pals.
Yeah, but it's bittersweet because I don't want you guys
so you
to
can
lose.
cheer directly against us. Want me to lose money?
I've been sitting in this
Also,
room.
you have no control over that.
Right.
Hmm.
By the way, guys, I've been sitting in this room for so long. I was just staring at the clock, and the clock was just going crazy. Like it's like an old school clock. Is someone controlling it back there? Because it just went crazy, and then it just settled on 5:25. But it just went nuts. I was like, "Whoa, am I
How
seeing
much
things?"
prime are you drinking in there?
What? It was
This is the
crazy
real
what just
thing. This is the
happened.
real thing. I was in the podcasting studio. That's something with our clocks here. I was in the podcast studio, and it does that same thing.
Oh my god! I thought I was tripping right now.
I have a feeling it has something to do with like syncing, right? To like, world time. Like it resets, it recalibrates itself.
I don't know what it was.
That's what
but
I
it was
assume is
nuts.
going on there.
All right, so there's the parlay. What do we got as far as the full gamut here, GC?
The full gamut. As
I want to know if you got anything on KSI.
I do not have anything on KSI. I'll go ahead and just bury the lead right there. There's nothing on KSI, but yeah, let's get into these singles here. Let's kick it off. So I am going to be taking the over 1.5 at a playable price for a women's MMA fight. And when you look at these two ladies' records, yes, Cachoeira does have the knockout power. Yes, she does not go to a decision all the time, but 5 of her 8 UFC fights have gone over the 1.5. And then Sijara Eubanks, I mean, come on. Like 9 of her 10 have gone over the 1.5. 8 of those have gone to a decision. She's a minus 250 favorite in this one, which I actually found surprising. But she's able to control Cachoeira here, get this to the ground, rack up the minutes. I think we hit this over 1.5 easily. So I feel pretty good about that one, getting a women's MMA fight at the 1.5 at a playable price. Next up, these next two are kind of like a science experience. If you listen to No Bets Barred, the flyweight unders, is that going to be a thing in 2023, or was that just a special thing for 2022? It's the perfect time to test it. Charles Johnson, a little bit enemy of the flyweight unders nation state right now. He's cost us 2 flyweight unders in the span of 4 months. This can be the third one he cost us in the span of 6 months, and we're having to pay juice for this price. This is a very good test to see whether or not flyweight unders are going to be a thing in 2023. Plus, the very next fight, Nascimento Hernandez, we're taking the under there. So here's what we're going to do. We have these 2 flyweight fights. Hopefully, we go 2-0. If not, we go 1-1. Then we go to next week, flyweight championship of the world.
Oh.
Take the under there. That's going to decide if flyweight unders are a thing in 2023. A little science experiment. We're just going to ride it, see what happens. Should be exciting stuff, though. Not going to give you a full breakdown. This is just science. Moving on. Your man, your guy.
Yes.
You can't talk about him enough. Mateus Rebecki. Just going into this situation, I just think Nick Figueroa, I'm just not sure if he's ready for this fight yet. Mateus Rebecki, he's 16-1, been fighting real high-level competition. Every single one of his opponents has been over 500. He looked great on the Contender Series. Nick Figueroa on the other side, he's 6-0. 4 of the fighters that he's fought have been under 500, and 2 of his wins are against the legendary Jay Ellis. If you're a Tapology guy, you know about Jay Ellis, 16-106 all-time in his career. Also, Figueroa, he's never lasted longer than 4 minutes in a fight. Don't really know if he can go deep in these things. Don't know if he's just crushing cans down there, whereas I see Mateus Rebecki as a really solid fighter. So I think he gets this done, and I think he gets it done inside the distance, which brings us to our next one. Figueroa, he's never gone over 4 minutes. I think this one is going to be fireworks from the start, and I do think it ends under the 1.5, so I took that at minus 105. Next up, another fight that I likely think is going to be fireworks. I think this is a one-hitter quitter in this one. I'm going to take Claudio Ribeiro over Abdul Razak Alhassan. These are just 2 wild strikers, 2 certified KO power punchers. Alhassan has never won if the fight leaves the first round. Ribeiro, all 10 wins have come by KO, 8 of them coming in the first round. I think they're just going to come here, stand, and trade, and someone is going to get dropped. And in this situation, Ribeiro is the much younger fighter. I think he's the faster fighter. He's going to be the bigger fighter, 3 inches of height, 4 inches of reach. I got him at plus money. He's still very playable, minus 105, minus 110. So I just feel like at these odds, someone's going to get knocked out. I'll side with the guy that's younger and faster in this situation. Moving on. Puna Soriano, Romuald Kopylov under 2.5. Kopylov, he doesn't have a ton of power, but he does have quite a few finishes on his record. But honestly, I'm playing this one for Puna Soriano. I think he's going to really enjoy not having to fight a wrestler in this situation. And I think we're just going to get a striker's delight. I mean, we saw him against Nick Maximov, got taken down 11 times. That's not really going to be the case here. I think they're just going to stand and trade. And I do think Puna Soriano, well, Kopylov is probably the better striker, the more accomplished boxer in this situation, definitely the faster guy. I think Soriano has a massive power advantage. He's a super tough Hawaiian dude. He's not going to go down. I think he's going to be the one that put Kopylov out, which brings me to a prop that DraftKings offers. Puna Soriano finish only. So if it goes to a decision, then this is just a push and I get my money back. But I do think Puna Soriano is going to find that chin. I'm paying just a little bit more than his money line. He's only won one decision in his career, so I don't really love that. And I think if it does go to a decision, Kopylov has probably found a way to keep it at range, just out-jab him, avoid that power shot and find himself a decision win. But I think Soriano is going to find that shot eventually here. Moving on to the co-main, Dan Ige, 50K. I will take him on the money line. I mean, he's had a tough go of it lately. I understand that he's lost 4 of his last 5. Damon Jackson has won 4 straight. But, I mean, Ige, he's been fighting the best of the best. If you look at those losses, Evloev, Josh Emmett, Korean Zombie, Calvin Kattar. Damon Jackson has not been fighting the same level of opponent. I think this is a step down in competition for Dan Ige. And, I mean, his back is against the wall. Where does his career go from here if he catches a loss here? I mean, we're really talking about, maybe being out of the UFC at that point. It's a really tough one. And in this fight, Dan Ige doesn't have the greatest takedown defense on paper, but I do think if he can avoid this going to the ground, he is the much better striker than Damon Jackson. I think he has got the better cardio. I think he's patient. Both these dudes are dogs, but Dan Ige, obviously a dog, never been finished in his career. Pick 'em odds. I feel like this is one of those bets that you're going to look back afterwards and you're going to be like, oh, man, that was a fantastic bet. Or, oh, man, that was a terrible bet. I feel like that is one of 2 ways this one goes, and hopefully I'm saying that it was a great bet on the other end of it. Moving on to the main event of the evening. Late replacement, Sean Strickland comes in. I'm going to take the over 2.5. It's a little bit juiced up, minus 205, but I mean, just watching Sean Strickland fight, he doesn't have a ton of knockout power. I know he got starched by Alex Pereira, but so does everybody else. I feel like this is going to be similar to the Cannonier fight, similar to the Jack Hermanson fight, and it's just going to be 25 minutes of them trading on the feet. If anyone's going to go for a takedown, it's going to be Imavov, but Sean Strickland has proven takedown defense over a large sample size. I think he keeps it standing and just does what Sean Strickland does and just kind of makes it look like a 25-minute sparring match. I mean, that's another thing is I have no idea what Sean Strickland is going to look like coming in here. I mean, since the Cannonier fight, if you take a look at his Instagram, he's been riding motorcycles, been up in the mountains, enjoying the holidays. I don't think he's been on a strict regimen. He gets 5 days of notice, whereas Imavov has been in a strict training camp. He's been taking this incredibly seriously, and that's why I'm also taking at very close odds. I'll be taking Nasruddin Imavov money line. Feel pretty good about it. Like the over much better. But I do think at those odds, I thought Imavov was going to be a little bit bigger of a favorite. 2 parlays. I played Umar last week, though that says Usman. That's a typo. Played Umar last week. I mean, the odds are quite larger now. Javid and Nascimento are still the same. A little prop parlay. Rebecca Furo does not go to a decision. Alhassan Ribeiro does not go to a decision. And Vieira Pennington over 2.5. That one pays plus 105. And now last year, I used to do the air fryer parlay, right?
Yeah.
I got my air fryer, though. I needed a new gimmick. I just moved to a new neighborhood. Finally got good restaurants around me in this new neighborhood. And so I present to you the Longhorn Steakhouse Parlay. It's just down the road from me. I mean, let's get a fine eatery. Here's the rules to this. It's got to pay 2 units. It's got to be plus money. 2 units so I can take, my roommate, my friend, my girlfriend, someone out to a nice steak dinner. 2 units, that's enough to cover, some firecracker, chicken wraps, start the evening nice, maybe get the, main course, a nice ribeye, move on to the chocolate stampede. It should be great stuff. So this is the new gimmick. Give me a nice steak dinner off of one of my parlays. Got to be big plus money, just like the air fryer. But it's something fun that I'm going to start.
We're all going to go?
Oh, I mean, at that point, it's going to need to be 5 units. Like, are we all going to get outlaw ribeyes? What's the deal there? And then last but not least, starting this weekend, Join the MMA Hour Vertical League.
yeah.
We are now the biggest league on the app. We have surpassed everyone. We've got over 1,800 members in it. It's like a full season-long fantasy, January to July. It should be fantastic. We're going to get a trophy or a belt. I can't decide. These are just some mock-ups that we made.
Wow.
Should look pretty cool, but there will be something for the winner. I can promise that. I've been in discussions with Verdict. There will be something for the winner. Biggest league on the app. Should be awesome. Go up against me. Everyone else in the league. Should be fantastic.
All right. There you have it. We have been here far too long.
Far too long.
Good luck to you. I am tired. I want to go home. I'll leave you with 3 things. Number 1, the reporter who claimed that I wrote that thing has apologized on Twitter. I would like a public apology. Thank you very much. Number 2, we're playing Manchester United. A little bit nervous, but all good. Number 3, I'll leave you with this quote from Kaposa, the great Kaposa Graphic Hitman, when Dana White said that, there's no bouncing back. Great quote, I thought, from him, a great tweet. He never even bounced, though. ESPN, Endeavor, TMZ, they all caught him before he hit the ground. Well said, Kaposa. Amazing that we live in a world where, as the president of a company, you can come out and say, my punishment is just living with this. That's it. Imagine if life work that way. My punishment, hey everyone, I'm going to come out, I'm going to be the man. And he does a great job of saying, like, I'm owning up to it. But again, that's not how this works. That's not how life works. And apparently that's how things like this will be dealt in the UFC. Can't wait. And I hope it never happens, but you know what's going to happen. Something happens involving one of the fighters. How are they going to handle it? The punishment is they have to deal with it, right? That's it. That's the punishment. Not how it works. Guys, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks to the crew. Thanks to you, Frank.